Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to Finance Current Affairs session. In today's session, we are going to discuss a very important news article of finance that is important from your analytical point of view, from your descriptive point of view, as well as this news is quite in discussion in the recent times, what is happening in the economy. So this will give you a clear idea regarding that. So the news is regarding the India's per capita income that has doubled since 2014-2015. Okay, but there is the uneven wage distribution that remains a challenge. So how, when the per capita income is doubling, how the wage is remaining the problem, how there is still challenge that is coming in front of us. So all of this we will discuss in today's session, as well as the per capita income has doubled in what terms. Okay, is it the real per capita income that has doubled or not? So this all we are going to discuss in today's session. And before starting with this session, there is a big announcement from EduTap that we have brought for you the comprehensive guide for RBI, NABARD and SEBI, so that through a single guidebook you can get all your common queries answered. Okay, so through a single guidebook you will get to know about the examination, that what is the pattern of the exam, what is the syllabus of the exam, what are the previous year cutoff of the exam. So everything that you want to know about the examination, the common queries that you have regarding the examination is catered through this single guidebook, and there are the definitive answers that are provided through this guidebook. You do not have to visit different links, you do not have to visit different websites. Even if you want to know about the preparation, even if you want to know about the organization, all your common queries are answered through this guidebook. As well as this is made absolutely free of cost to save your time, to save your efforts, and you can easily download this guidebook. The link is provided in the description box below. So do download these guidebooks. Now coming to our topic of today, that is the India's per capita income doubles since 2014-15. So in what terms the India's per capita income has doubled? But before that, do you actually know that what per capita income is? I hope you all know that what per capita income is, and it is calculated in two terms. So what are those two terms? So first of all, the per capita income is the average income of the citizens or of the people of the country. So here you can see the national income divided by the total population, that is the per capita income. So that is, we are seeing the per capita income of the citizens or the per capita income of the normal residents of India, we can say. So national income, let's say national income is 100 and the total population is 10. So the per capita income will be the average income, that is the per capita income will be rupees 10. So this is the per capita income, that is the income on average of each individual. Rupees 10 is the income of each individual on average. So this is what the per capita income means, we can say. So now coming to the two terms that I was talking about. So the national income is determined on the nominal terms, and the national income is also determined in the real terms. So usually we have this confusion that what does this nominal term means, what does this real terms means. So in the basic of the form, the nominal terms means we are calculating the national income in current prices, and in the basic terms the national income in real terms means that we are calculating the national income in constant prices. Okay, at constant prices. So we are calculating the national income as the constant prices, and that is what the national income in real terms mean. So constant prices, we are taking the prices of 2011-12. So if we are calculating the national income of 2022-23, here in the nominal terms we are taking the current prices, that is the prices of the 2022-23. While if we are calculating the national income of 2022-23, we are taking the constant prices, that is the prices of 2011-2022, 2011-2012. Okay, so what does this mean? That is the production that is happening in the current period multiplied by the constant prices of 2011-2012. Now nominal terms means that the production that is happening currently multiplied by the current period. Now why we say that the real terms, the national income at the real terms is showing us a better picture of the growth that is happening in the country. So why do we say that? Because in the real terms you can see that we are taking the constant prices and the constant prices of a stable period. So that is, it does not include the negative effect of inflation. So here at the current prices, if from the previous year, the current prices has increased a lot while the production has decreased. So you can see that when we multiply the decreased production and increased prices, it will show that the national income has increased. If the current price increases greater, so it will show that the national income has increased while the production is decreasing. So that will give a very bad picture. So this will give a unrealistic and not a truth picture to us, okay, not a true picture to us. Now when we talk in the real terms, so the production, even if the production is decreasing or increasing, so let's say from the previous year the production is actually decreasing, okay, is actually decreasing. Now in the constant prices, now constant prices means that we do not care about the prices from the previous year to the current year, we only care about the prices of the 2011-2012. So the constant prices are not changing, and so it will show, so here the neutral constant prices, so it will show that actually the production has decreased because the constant prices are of the 2011-2012, from where all the other national incomes of all the other years are being calculated, being compared. So the constant prices are neutral, it is same while the production is changing. So if the production is decreasing, we will know that okay, the national income of 2012-23 is decreasing. So this is the idea of the national income in real terms and in the nominal terms. I hope you understand the basic idea. So now when the national income, when the national income is in the real terms, that means we are seeing the per capita income also in the real terms. When the national income is in the nominal terms, that is taking the current prices, that means we are seeing the per capita income also in the nominal terms. Now the nominal terms is adding the inflation, it is taking the inflation with itself, and that's why the nominal terms is not giving us the right picture of the production that is happening in our country, of the income that is being generated in our country, because the current prices are inflating the national income. While in the real terms, the national income is giving us a better idea that okay, the production is increasing and the current prices or the inflation is not affecting the national income in the real terms, and that's why it is giving us a truthful picture without taking into account the negative effects of the inflation. Okay, so I hope you have got the basic idea. Now coming to, as per the National Statistical Office, the annual per capita income, that is at the net national income. So on the basis of national income, the per capita income at current prices. So here we are talking about the nominal or the real terms. So here we are talking about the nominal terms. So as per the NSO, the annual per capita income at current prices is estimated at rupees 1,72,000 in 2022-23, up from rupees 86,647 in 2014-15. So here we can see around 100% of the growth has happened, that is 99% of the growth has happened. So near to 100% growth that has happened. So here we can see that. Okay, that's why in the nominal terms it is saying that the India's per capita income doubles since 2014-15. Only in the nominal terms here we are talking about that. Okay, per capita income, that is the per capita net national income at current prices. Current prices at current prices means in nominal terms. Okay, in nominal terms, whenever the current prices are written, nominal terms are there. Okay, is estimated at 1,27,065 and 1,48,524 respectively for the years 2020-21 and 2021-2022. So here you can see that there is the continuous growth that is happening in the per capita income in the nominal terms. Okay, the growth rate of 15.8% over the previous year. So we can see that in 2022-23, the per capita income in nominal terms is estimated at 1,72,000, while for the 2021-22, the estimation was of 1,48,524. So here you can see that from the previous year, there is the 15.8% growth that can be seen in the nominal terms. But is it the actual growth? Because here we are taking the nominal terms. Only due to the inflation also it can show that okay, the per capita income has grown. But let's delete this inflation part. Let's take into account the negative effect of inflation and delete the inflation. So now let's see in the real terms that what is happening. So in the nominal terms we have seen that okay, there is the doubling of the per capita income has happened since 2014-15 to 2022-23, and you can see that in the previous 3 years there is the continuous, like in the previous 3 years there is the continuous increase in the per capita income from the previous income, from the 2021-22 to 2022-23 there is the 15.8% of the growth that has been seen in the per capita income. Okay, so now coming to the real terms, that is when we talk about the real terms, that means we are talking about the constant prices. So the per capita income has increased by about only 35% since 2014-15. So here you can see the difference, that the nominal terms are saying that there is the double of the per capita income that has happened, while in the real terms it is saying only 35% of the increase in the per capita income has happened since 2014-15. So the real terms are showing you the actual growth that has happened. Okay, so here you can see that in the real income terms, in 2014-15 the per capita income was rupees 72,805 and the growth has happened to 98,118 in 2022-23 as per the estimation. So here we can see that there is only 35% growth that is shown in the real terms in the per capita income, okay, since 2014-15. So now here the different economists have given different ideas, different thoughts. So let's see the first idea that has been given by the Jyoti Ghosh, who is a development economist. Okay, so she has said that when you look at the GDP in current prices, that is you are looking at the gross domestic product, or you are looking at the national income in the current prices, that is in the nominal terms you are seeing the GDP or national income. So when you divide this by the total population, or when you divide this by the total population, you are seeing a inflated per capita income. That is not true, because when we take into account the real terms, when we take into account the national income in the real terms, the GDP in the real terms, you will understand that the growth in the per capita income is not by much. So this is what has been said by the Jyoti Ghosh, that is the development economist. She added, most of this increase has accrued to, even if there is the 35% increase in the per capita income in the real terms at the constant prices, still this increase in the per capita income is accrued to the top 10% of the population. So what is happening? That our country's total population is huge, but the top 10%, see, many are poor, many are middle class, so the top 10% they are getting the most part from the national income, they are getting the most of the income, they are getting the most of the benefits. Okay, so only 10% of the population is getting a very large share of the increase in national income, or they are getting a very large percentage of the income. Okay, by contrast, our median wages are falling. Median wages means wages at the middle of the middle class families of the poor are falling, and possibly even lower in the real terms. So you can understand that the distribution is quite skewed. It is quite towards a portion, only 10% of the top population, 10% of the wealthier family are getting most of the benefits from the increase in the national income, and they are getting the most part of the increase in the national income. Nagesh Kumar, director of the Institute for Studies in Industrial Development, told that per capita incomes have increased in real terms. So we have seen by 35%. They do reflect rising prosperity. So what is happening? That okay, the national income is increasing because our total population is increasing, and with that the national income is increasing by greater percentage. Okay, we can see in the real terms the national income is increasing by a greater percentage. That's why there is a 35% growth that has been seen in the real terms, okay, in the per capita income. So national income must be growing by a greater percentage. However, the point to be noted is that per capita income is an average income of Indians. Okay, so it is an average income. The average masks the rising inequality. So if we want to calculate the average of 3 people, one person is getting 10, one person is getting 10, while the last person is getting 70. So you can understand that he is getting 70 lakhs while the other 2 people are only getting 10 lakhs. So when we calculate it, we will see the 90 upon 3. So the average will tell us that all are getting 30 lakhs. So the average is masking the inequality between these 2 people and between this one person. Okay. So here you can see that the average mask the inequality. Rising concentration of the income is happening at the top level. At the high end means incomes of those at the lower rung of the income ladder may not be changing much. So you can understand that the most of the income is going to the top ones, and the lower people are not, their per capita income is not changing by much. He added that India continues to be the bright spot in the world economy. Still we are growing very fast, still we are doing very good, but the inequality is not changing much. We can understand this also. So former director of the Premier Economic Research Institute NIPFP, Pinaki Chakrabarti, told that as per the World Development Indicator database, the average growth of India's per capita income in real terms for the period from 2014 to 2019 was 5.6% per annum. He added that this growth is significant. We have to see the growth in the real terms rather than focusing on the nominal terms. We have seen improvements in outcome related to health, education that has happened. We have seen significant economic recovery after COVID. According to Chakrabarti, the sustaining per capita income growth to 5 to 6% in real terms is good, and that we should maintain. So here you can see now the quarterly data. So here you can see that during the COVID period, okay, this was the 2020 to 21 period. So during this period, you can see that there was the negative growth. So the per capita income dipped during the COVID period, both in the real terms and the nominal terms, because of course the national income was decreasing. So when we calculate the per capita income from the national income was decreasing, and so the per capita income was also decreasing. However, it has picked up again in 2021, 2022, 3. So here we can see that after this period of 2020, 2021, from here you can see that for the 2021-22 and for the 2022-23, there is the growth that has been seen again in the positive terms, and that's why the per capita income started growing again. But again you can see that there is a decline that has been seen in the 2022-23 from the first quarter to second quarter to third quarter, and in the third quarter we were doing the worst. Okay, so now coming to the first question, I hope you can answer this question very easily, and this is the second question. Thank you very much. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session, and thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here or you can contact us through this number. Thank you very much.